Welcome everybody to the Scumbag Podcast. And now, welcome your host, Scumbag McGee. Welcome everybody to the Scumbag Podcast. I'm your host, Scumbag McGee. Let me get situated here. You already know what it is, man. You already know what we're here for. We are here for the Civil War predictions going down next week. I ain't talking about King versus Queen. I did that last week. All right. So just to let y'all know, sons of bitches. All right. So let's get into this real quick. That's what we're gonna do tonight. No battle of the week. No stupid fan tweet of the week. We're gonna do our final thought, and we're gonna do Civil War 2 predictions only. So let's get into this shit, man. Hold up. Wait a minute. Let me push up in it. Share screen. Chrome. Chrome tab. Okay. What we have here? What do we have here, folks? We have the card of all cards. And from the URL. Try to do Busy's voice. All right, man. Here's the card. Here's the card. I'm gonna be honest. When this card was announced, it took away from the Cortez and Surf battle. I think the Surf and Cortez battle had hype around it. But what made the hype more better, if I should say, is that the card had other top tier MCs on there. Like you had Calico, you had Chess. That was a kind of a grudge match. You had Clips, you had Luke Castro, you had fucking what's the fucking other one? Danny Myers and Av. Like you had battles people kind of want to see for a while. You know what I'm saying? And this and it was a good little small card because everybody really went there for the Tez and Surf battle. Now you got kind of a bigger card. You got one, two, three, four, five battles before you had only three battles to get to the main event. Then you got five battles that get to the main event. And I'll be honest, man, this card is just not as good. Like Swamp versus Dot, meh. Drugs versus Franchise, dope to see Franchise back, but meh. Sharon versus Nun Nun, meh. Luke Castro and Jerry West, dope to see Jerry West back. But that's just like, I mean, it's alright. It's a little better than meh. It's like, okay. Um, then you got DNA and Official versus Jack Boy Main and Liddy Flames. Like, where did that come from? Like, who the fuck asked for that? Like, I don't know what the fuck that was. Once again, DNA's in the fucking major card. He about to battle on just fucking battling next the week after. Like, man, what? He's smacking like what the was going up to the Surf and Test battle. You know what I mean? And like I said, it's five battles. It's gonna take longer to get there. So none of these battles are exciting me. I even I should be like fake fucking man. So let's get into it, man. Swamp versus Dot. Man. I'm excited in the believability thing. Because believes Dot. Um, make sure. All right, it's working. Um, I just think that Dot hasn't shown me any kind of performances that's like, oh shit, like he could beat Swamp. You know what I mean? And Swamp has shown me he's hung in the ring with a couple of good artists. I mean, a couple of good battlers. He's beaten some good battlers. You know what I'm saying? He's taken some bad L's, but he's done a lot of good performances. He's done, pretty good. And Dot to me, he's always done all right. And what makes Dot good is that Dot's funny. And I think now that he's not really trying to be funny, he's really trying to be serious more with his bars and not reach as much. It takes away from him. Maybe if he goes back to try and be funny and reaching like crazy, it'll throw Swamp for a loop, and he could beat him like that. You know what I mean? But if he goes in there serious, trying to really really rap, um, I think it's an uphill battle. You know what I'm saying? I got Swamp 2-1. I'll give Dot a round just because it's gonna be like different seeing him coming back, and I know he's a fan favorite, so I'll give him a round just off that. Um, Drugs versus franchise. I'm gonna say franchise 2-1. I just think franchise is better than drugs. Period. And he'll like drugs will get around because franchise is probably gonna be rusty. He hasn't battled in a while. It's gonna be kind of on a big stage, I guess you could say. You know what I'm saying? Is that gonna be like in a caffeine room? So he might be a little rusty. He hasn't battled in a while. And he hasn't battled over a year. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of shit has changed. A lot of shit has changed where, maybe some of his bars won't hit because it's just like a different, you know, uh, type of necessity to battle now than what when he was battling. So that's a factor. But in the end, I just think that franchise is just better than drugs. Like I think drugs is a fan favorite. People fuck with him because I guess like he's cool. You know what I mean? Like people like his personality and shit like that. So people he's sort of a fan favorite. He's always at a lot of events, whether it's URL or other events, like just showing love, and people fuck with him. Like he'll he'll put on a decent performance, and they're like, "Yo, he went crazy." You know what I mean? Like, and he has a new thing now where he has like a mediocre line, and he's fucking screaming, like he just fucking had the line of the year. Like that ain't gonna work, man. I think the franchise has bars built up. That's definitely gonna work in his favor, and I think he's gonna beat him. So I got franchise 2-1. Sharon versus Nun Nun. Um, I think the obvious choice is Sharon because Sharon just he's a more rounded battler. Um, he's also like known as the smack killer. Um, and he's just been doing it for a long time, and I think he's kind of been on a roll. He had a dope battle against T Top. He beat Danny Myers in the band battle. So he's kind of on a roll right now. But I'm gonna say Nunna's been pretty good lately too. He had a good showing against Rum Nitty. He had a good showing against Snake Eyes. I think he had one bad battle in the midst of like the past 2 years, but I mean he's been pretty good. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of times what Sharon has over URL is that I know Nunna's gonna have gun bars and shit like that, but Nunna's gonna flip his shit where he don't really gotta have gun bars. Like he'll rap different for Sharon. Like he's smart enough to do that. And I think Sharon can't use the "oh, I'm a nerd and you're a gangster" angle type shit because it ain't gonna fly with Nunnan. I think Nunnan's gonna take a different approach that ain't gonna be something that Sharon's like gonna predict. You know what I mean? So I like taking underdogs here and there. So I'm gonna go Nunnan 2-1 over Sharon. I think Nunna's gonna surprise people, and I think Sharon is gonna surprise Sharon. He's gonna take us to approach that Sharon ain't really gonna be prepared for. Sharon might come with the same old shit that he comes with for smack rappers, and it might not hit. We haven't really seen Sharon on stage on URL. He's always kind of been in the caffeine room, so we'll see how that goes. We got Jerry West versus Lou Castro, the return of Jerry West. Once again, this is gonna be like another thing where he's returning like Dot, like like franchise. So you got that working in your favor because you have bars built up and shit like that. So that definitely could happen. Um, oh shit, Chris Paul just fucking beat the shit out of this guy. But yeah, you could definitely have that in their favor. That it's oh shit, we haven't seen them in a while. They have bars built up, and that's definitely gonna work in Jerry West's favor. And Jerry West, man, like he had a couple of bad showings I think before he actually left for a little bit, which he actually played it smart. He was getting booked a lot, and I don't know why he left for a while, but I'm gonna guess it's because he was getting booked a lot, and people were kind of I don't know, people getting tired of him or whatever, but his shit just wasn't hitting as it was. You know what I mean? So sometimes when that happens, you either you revamp your style, or you just take a break for a little bit and come back better. You become more of a spectator, kind of like what Surf did. You know what I'm saying? And you just look at shit from the outside looking in, and you get better. You know what I mean? So Jerry West could have kind of did it for that. Who knows? Um, so we got that working in his favor. And I also feel like Jerry West has always been pretty good. You know what I mean? He's always been pretty good. Like Smack started bucking him like crazy at one time because he was just putting on a show over and over and over and over. You know what I mean? So he's not whack. And he's coming off a hiatus. So but Luke Castro, he's been doing it. Even though you could say he lost the clips, he had a good showing versus clips. He did better than I thought. He has the undisputed belt, whatever, at Midnight Madness. He did good against Big T. Luke Castro's been pretty good. You know what I mean? I think the worst he's been against drugs. You know what I mean? When he choked, all 3 rounds. But other than that, Lou's been good. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna think like right now, since Lou has been in it and Jerry West hasn't, and like I said, it could work in Jerry West's favor that he sat down. But I'm gonna go with Lou 2-1 because I feel like Lou being active is gonna work in his favor more than Jerry West being inactive and having time to sit and time to analyze and time to revamp his style or however he's gonna come. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna go Lou Castro 2-1. DNA and official versus Jack Boy Main and First Lady Flames. I'm gonna go DNA official. I just think that they have the experience factor over them. Um, and you got to know DNA and official are more built for the main stage. Jack Boy Main's built for the main stage, but I don't know if First Lady Flames is. I haven't seen her on the main stage yet. I think I saw her one time on what did I say? I think I saw her live at an event. Royalty was it? When 40 Bars battled Miss Hustle was the main event. That's kind of when I first saw First Lady Flames, and I'm like, hold up, she could fucking rap. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I guess, but she hasn't had enough of the main stage to fuck with DNA and Official, who are really, really main stage rappers. You know what I'm saying? And them together, they're gonna come up with some fucking wild haymakers, bro. I'm telling you. You know what I mean? So, I'm not gonna spend too much time on this battle because it ain't a crazy battle, and nobody fucking asked for this shit. But I'm gonna go DNA Official 2-1. I'll give Jack Boy Main and Lady Flames a round. Only like I would almost go 3-0, but I would give them a round just because I think they are together and they could vibe off each other and come up with some shit. And Jack Boy Mays gonna come up with a haymaker or two in the round that's gonna have them win it. But I mean, I would almost go 3-0. You know what I mean? I think the experience between DNA and official is just way too much. Um, and lastly, Sue Surf versus Cortez finally going the fuck down. Here we go. All right. My prediction when this was in Atlanta when it was first booked was Cortez 2-1. I'm gonna say Surf 2-1 now. And the reason why I'm gonna say Surf 2-1, and I'm a cheer for Cortez. I'm gonna want Cortez to win. And the reason I'm gonna say Surf 2-1 now, I think the hype on the battle has completely not died, but it took a hit when it didn't go down when it went down. And I think that a lot of people in the building in Atlanta wanted Cortez to win. I think Cortez was so much of an underdog that people were rooting for him. People were there to see Cortez win, believe it or not. And that was going to work in Cortez's favor. I think the hype was so much that if Cortez went in there and spazzed the fuck out and he made it debatable, they would a lot of people would have gave it to Cortez just off of making it debatable. But now that the hype has died down, um, I think a lot of angles that Cortez had against Surf is not going to hit as hard as it would have when if it would have happened initially the first time. I think that Surf has had more time to prepare. Um, People have said that Tez has lost against Snake Eyes. Like if that was the case, if Tez really lost against Snake Eyes, he's kind of lucky that it wasn't for the belt. Because if Cortez would have lost the belt, title to Snake Eyes, Surf would have really had an angle. You know what I mean? And people would have looked at Tez like, "See, bro, you know what I mean? Like you just can't win when the time is right." And that battle lost a lot of luster because the belt wasn't on it. So even if Tez did lose, I don't think no one gives a fuck. I don't think enough people saw it. You know what I'm saying? To fucking you know, give that assessment that he lost. But yeah, I think the time has worked against Cortez, man. I don't think the hype is there. Like I said, the card killed the hype. It taking this long to happen killed the hype. The face off. Who gives a fuck now? We saw two face offs already. You're gonna have a third face off, I guess. Like I literally saw a live where they were both on there, and the live wasn't really as hype. You know what I mean? It was like they were telling each other like, "Yeah, we're gonna battle," haha, making jokes and shit. Like it just wasn't as intense as it was when it was about to go down. And I think that's gonna work against Cortez. I just think it is. I think Surf's gonna come in there on the same energy like it was. You know what I'm saying? I think Tez, you know, he's gonna try and come with the same energy. You know what I mean? But it's different when the energy is not there. You know what I'm saying? Can Cortez create the energy if it ain't there? I think Surf could create the energy still. You know what I mean? So I just hope that Cortez still comes with what he was gonna come with the first time around, and you know, and not lose badly. You know what I'm saying? Like Surf could really 3-0 this man. You know what I mean? Like if Tez don't come on 1,000, because Surf's gonna try and go in there and he's gonna try and fucking annihilate him, for the simple fact that you know he thinks that he's better than Cortez by a mile, and he ain't gonna want even Cortez to make it close because he did it with John, he did it with Calico, he did it with Twerk. So if he feels like you ain't even on his level, he's gonna try and embarrass you because he don't want you to even have a debatable with him. So I got Surf 2-1. We'll see what happens. I'm gonna be rooting for Tez though. I'm gonna hope he's gonna fucking win. I hope he can with the same intensity as he did with the first fucking event, and he'll be all right. You know. So that's all I got to say about that. All right, let's get into our final thought, and then we out of here.
Hand me my thinking grenades.
And now we've come to the end of our show. But before we go, we have to give you Scumbag McGee's final thought. All right, let's get into our final thought. The end of our episode. Um, what is crossing the line in battle rap? What the fuck is taking it too far? Recently Cuban came out with a battle. I don't think the battle dropped yet, but footage dropped where um yeah, go ahead. Yeah, thanks, bro. Nothing. Um, now, but footage came out where supposedly a battler battling Cuban was about to put out a video, some pictures of his baby moms, that she was a stripper or some shit, or she had some shit where she was about to be exposed. And right before the guy pulled the phone out, Cuban grabbed his hand like, "Bro, we ain't doing that shit. Like, this ain't battle rap. Like, that ain't rapping. Like, you're just putting out a video on my girl. What the fuck? Like, they take it to another level." And I think at this day and age, I don't know. I don't know. It's tough because I feel like battling in general has just been disrespectful. Like when motherfucker hit him up and shit, like it's just wild disrespectful. Like Pusha T came out with a fucking shit about Drake, wild disrespectful. Like Nicki Minaj, Remy Ma had Sheether, where she fucking went wild on Nicki Minaj on some dissing her fucking brother who was going to jail for rape and shit. Like battling in general is just disrespectful. You know what I mean? In battle rap, we've seen shit like that too. We've seen literally Arsenal pull out his phone and show a video of T Top's baby moms fucking doing some shit to T Rex. You know what I mean? We all know what she was doing to T Rex. And it was a fucking video. And he put it on the caffeine camera, like, look at that shit. Like, I mean, I guess you could say he wasn't with her no more, but damn, that's the mother of his fucking kid. Like, at least at one point, he had some feelings for her. I mean, I would think. Like, and T Top didn't do shit. T Top was just like, all right. And the round was so crazy, people thought T Top was about to choke, and T Top actually looked like he won that battle. So it's like he didn't do nothing. Then you got Briz, who fucking supposedly dissed, Murder Mook's mom, and a fight broke out because of that. So it's like, what is crossing the line? What is allowed? Like we literally saw a guy pull out a sock and smack the shit out of a guy with a sock with baby powder on it mid battle, and the dude who got smacked was like, "All right, yeah, that was a bar." Nothing happened. So much shit has gone down in battle rap where the lines are blurred that we don't know what the fuck is allowed or not. I guess I would say it all depends on the battler himself. If the battler isn't allow it and let it go down, that's on him. But I think Cuban handled it perfectly. Cuban grabbed his hand, said, "Yo, bro, we ain't doing that." The dude got mad. "Yo, what you want, bro? Blah blah." He walked out the battle. Cuban's like, "All right, I'm out. I ain't battling. I don't know if he gave the money back. I don't know what he did, but he just left. Because either one or two things gonna happen. We're gonna argue. It's gonna be a big ass fight, and really fuck the venue up. Or I'm gonna just walk away and go home, get in my car, and get the fuck out of here, and go back to my hotel room or some shit, and just go home. Because that's crazy. Like that's like my girl now. Like that's like some guy having a video of my girl do some shit with her ex like fucking years ago. You know what I mean? And like he just pulls it out on the back, puts it on the big screen. Like, bro, that's hella embarrassing for my girl. Like, how am I gonna look like? Is that some Will Smith shit? Like, what the fuck do I do now? Do I go home and just face my girl? Like, you just allowed this nigga to put up a video of me fucking sucking dick, nigga? And you just sat there and just smiled, or you just sat there and just took it? What the fuck? I'm toast. Like, I'll never have dinner made for me again. You know what I'm saying? I would never, I would never be respected in my house again. My son would never hear me out when I try to punish him. It's over. I would have no say so. I would have no power anymore after that. Like honestly, you gotta at least say something. Even if I don't fight the guy, I do what Cuban did. Yo, bro, we ain't doing that. I'm out. You gonna put that shit up there, bro? If you pull the phone out, bro, after I leave and still do it, nigga, then we gonna have a problem then. But right now, I'm not gonna be here for this shit. I'm walking away. That because in the end, it's really not battling. Where's the bar in that? Where's the bar? And you pulling out of your phone and showing a video. Where is the bars? There's none. At that point, you're just being a disrespectful. You're trying to fight me, I guess. You don't like me or something. That's like me having a conversation with somebody, like a civil conversation. Like, yo, bro, you know what I'm saying? I feel like you crossed the line by, throwing a banana at my head. You know what I'm saying? And guy's like, well, you can suck my dick. Okay, then you just want to fight me. Like you're not even trying to have a civil conversation. Not even trying to fucking talk it out. You just want to fight. That's basically what you're doing with a video showing my girl doing some shit with a guy. You're just like, yo, you wild pussy. You ain't gonna do shit. I'm gonna show this shit about your girl. You're gonna take it. You're gonna rap back at me, and you're gonna go home. So I think Cuban handled it perfectly. My opinion, I don't even know what the fuck is even um allowed anymore. Like literally, K Shine smacked the shit out of Sharon, and Sharon kept fucking talking, kept rapping. Then Cadillac Ron literally punched Frack in the face in the middle of a battle, and Frack just kept rapping after that. Like, what the fuck? That punch, I think he slapped him too. Like, 'cause he touched Cadillac Ron's hat and then he just slapped him. You know what I mean? And the battle kept going. Like, I don't know. Like, once you put hands on somebody, that's already over. Like, to me. But we've seen people get hands put on them and just keep rapping. So, what is allowed? What is crossing the line? I don't fucking know anymore. I don't know. I could just say it goes on a case to case basis, and I would assume it depends on how the battle takes it. Hey, Briz could have dissed Mook's mom, and Mook could have just been like, all right, but he didn't. He was like, I ain't taking that shit, man. I mean, he didn't do it initially, but after Briz got extra bumping him, and he's like, all right, now you taking it too far. This is my mom's, and now you shoulder bumping me, you wrapping your fucking arm around me, like you boxing me out. Like we ain't even playing basketball. It's just mad physical. Like now I'm gonna punch you in the face. Like now you pushing. Now you thinking I'm wild pussy. Like so, it's a case to case basis. Like, what do you do if you're Sirius Jones? You get knocked the fuck out by Math. Do you just let it go? Like, or do you shoot the venue up after? I don't fucking know. I don't know. It all depends, I guess. I don't know. I just think that the premise of battling, even in the industry, is to just embarrass your opponent to the maximum. And in battle rap, that's happened numerous times. Like, so I mean, I don't know. Like I said, case to case basis, you handle it how you want to handle it. I could even get mad if some guy showed a fucking video of some guy's baby mom sucking dick and he just slapped him across the face, or a fight broke out. Like, what are you gonna do? You know what I mean? There's numerous things that happen, man. And man, Diz punch Math in the this is just fucking wild shit. So I don't know. Stop being disrespectful, man. Just go up there and rap. How's that? All right? How's that? That's enough. All right, guys. Scumbag McGee. Over and out, bitch.